won't be that bad at all. That bolt, I just battled it for like 15 minutes. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Well, just finished up work, and they're still working on getting this unloaded. So it's 3:44. They will finish it up, then I'll take it back. So if you haven't watched before, we just unload it with a skid steer, and then load it into the manure spreader or the wheel loader, and then the wheel loader keeps pushing things up, and then they back in and unload it into the end of this building. Well, I'll let them finish up. I was hoping it would be done and I could run it out in the daytime, but it does not look that way. So I'll go check my stuff at home quickly. I got some things to look at, and then we'll get back and we'll run that over. I was hoping there'd be light so then I could slap you guys on and give you a full experience. So, but maybe not. Maybe this video will be of tomorrow and we'll miss a day because when I'm at work, it takes quite a bit. Let it warm up. They got a few more minutes left. Where you can see. I guess this was almost out, so. Not the best way of doing it, but it works. Somebody did bring up and said, why don't, or said, oh, that's cool that you have a trailer and you can keep it for storage. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open for another one of these, because that would make it a lot better than having to store it here, because we could then store something here. Someday, if that trailer ever doesn't work or whatnot, maybe the people that own it will get a live bottom, but I doubt it. Because then, yeah, if I don't haul it with a pump, you always got to unload it. Makes it a little more interesting. I think that's why in the past they just stuck with those trailers. But you can see it does take some time to actually get it all done up. So hopefully they'll finish up here shortly and we will get on the move. Because it is Tuesday. We know Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. We definitely ain't missing that. That's like a ritual. Got it dropped off and we're headed. Yeah, uneventful. It's dark, not much to see, so I guess I'll catch you guys in the morning. This is what he does when I pack boxes. Just hangs out, sleeps. So finally, what I was waiting on for a lot of orders, small hats, small medium hats are in. So we got orders going internationally. We got Sweden, Canada, Ireland. We got Luis right here. I got you, bud. Going to Texas, Washington. We got all sorts of stuff. So update, because we're at that point. Anything long sleeve, I'm waiting on those orders to come in, that shipment to come in. It's been crazy. I'm hoping next week. But anything that had small hats and regular t-shirts, yep, those are on their way out. So I appreciate you guys, but let's dive into today. Oh yeah, because you guys waited so patiently on the small hats to come in, people that ordered them, I threw in a little note right here. So check your box. You have a discount code for 20% off. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So figured I'd throw that in because there was some people that waited quite a long time. But the end product I've been very happy with. So yeah, now we can dive into today. Cold weather. Definitely lose motivation in cold weather. So I am in the market for something temporary so that I can fit a truck in there and work on it and get the heater going and yeah, not be in the environments, because today, let's see, what's the temperature? Right now, it says it is 23 degrees, but it feels like it's 10 degrees with the wind chill. So 12 mile an hour winds, 24 mile an hour gusts. Yeah, mint weather to work on outside. So I'm warming up a little bit. We're gonna jump out. We'll pull that tanker out and we will start figuring out what has to come off for the pump and motor to come off. A lot of people said, oh, leave it on there, you can pump manure, you can do this, make sure it runs before you take it off. It's gonna drop right off, and I think it's just gonna be in one whole piece, so that's what my plan is. Then I can put it somewhere. As far as structurally, it's hanging on to the bottom of the frame, so it's not a structural piece for the tanker. So, and it will clear up a lot of room. It will look good. So let's dive into that, see where we get to on that. I got a little bit of time before I got work. Well, I got a meeting thing in the middle of the day, so we'll get some action done, and then probably the rest will be on the next video. So we got a pipe that feeds everything out. Then we got like basically components. So they're all bolted to the structure of the actual tank. None of this down here is it's just added weight and everything else. So once we clean it up, it will actually be much better. So we can take all the bolts out, stuff like that. I'm gonna start by dropping the pump off. So we got brackets. Let's see, brackets right here. Brackets up in the front, and then the ones that go around the tank, and we just got to figure out wiring, what exactly goes where. The control panel's over there. We might take the plumbing off first, and then the control panel can go over to this side, because I think you can run the pump from this side so that you can work the valves as you run it. That's why they did that. There we go. Just seals and gaskets. Just a few more to do. These actually come apart pretty easy. So I got everything up front there undone. We're gonna cut this. This is a kill for I think, oh no, it is the whole cable. It's the whole cable, so we'll just cut it back here. So we got all the cable left. I guess we could undo it. Pop it out. That's the actual opener close of this valve. We'll cut these zip ties, and then this whole piece falls out. That piece is ready to come out. We just got to unbolt the brackets, and then that will make it easy that I can pull the box off that side and set it over here when we take it off. We just got to do that top pipe. Alrighty, so those two are out. The only thing holding this bottom pipe on is that clamp. And that will give us so much more room for activities. We'll take that clamp off too. It's wild that they literally just mount everything to these cross pieces. So we're taking quite a bit of weight off. It's all aluminum pipe. It is super light. Oh, look at this, room for activities. So what I'm kind of thinking is we can make this. So that's aluminum, the tank's stainless steel. We can make this right here into the actual part where the manure drains down in, and put a pump right in here. We can use the structure of the bottom of the tank, since this is all steel. As you see, it's rusting, which that's part of it. So much more room. The only thing that's going across now is the controls that go from up there down to there. I gotta see what we got for options as far as taking them apart. So they go up to this box. And I take it, I'll just take that whole panel and we'll drop the valves, and then I'll swing it over there. I take it that's what I want to do. Got myself a little toolbox there. So that all came off, which is good. So we got just a bunch of bolts to take off, and that whole piece falls down. At least that's what it looks like. Got these out, got those. This bottom one is fighting me like anything. I had to get a pipe. Hopefully it comes out. I don't really want to have to cut it off right now. We made it this far. Well, once I get those off, then I just got, what is there, 5 there. I already did the back cross member. That's gonna clean this up a lot. Okay, it's off. This didn't come like I wanted it to. I guess that is off though. There's some weight to it. Yeah, I'll show you what's going on now. So everything pretty much on this deck goes over to that side. So it's on a tube. We did have this one little wire that goes up to this light. Well, it's clearly pulled out now. But I was hoping this would just pop up, but it's got enough weight that it fell with it. These hoses, they go back to what I already took off, so we'll just cut them right off right there. We don't need that, they're just air hose. And then this one also goes down to there. It's like a primer, I think. But then everything else goes over to the other side, so we want to keep that good. Okay, what happened here? This actually has a bracket that holds it, so I got to slide it this way to get that off. That's why it all came down with it. So you got to pop this past enough. But see, it's caught on the bolts. We need a pry bar. There we go. Okay. It's got some weight to it. I think it's got some weight. Oh, there's another line connected. Alright, now we got it. Yep. Another line. Somebody call me. Valve set out. Control panel. It's still hooked up over there. We pulled some. All it is a steel pipe that goes along the back. Yeah, I figured I'd keep it all together. We'll take that bracket off that goes across, and then I'll have to grab the wheel loader and pick it up with the forks, unbolt everything, and pull it away. I was like, yeah, we'll take this cross member off. It won't be that bad at all. That bolt, I just battled it for like 15 minutes. I got 3 more to go, and then the ones up front. It's because they're rusted on the other side. Threads are all messed up. Probably should just torch it off. I know the paint is like some toxic stuff, so we gotta figure that out, but I will be glad when this is off. We're gonna take this cover off because these 2 bolts actually go inside of this cover. So the end flips up, which allows you to pull the hose out of it. I'll get all my stuff out of the way, and then we'll pull a hose out. Well, we'll take this cover off, and my plan is to probably remove the covers and remove the sides. You can see they locked in at one point here. Not exactly sure, but we'll probably just run with fenders and none of this box stuff, because it's hard to clean. Mud packs up against it. I'd say this hasn't been off ever. Brand new hoses in this side. And they all have ends in them and everything. They don't give those away, I'll tell you that. So that's a cool score. A couple bolts to come out, and we're good at this. Let's give this a... That was easy. I'm just kidding. We're gonna struggle through this. This is like a 3-person job, because we got 1 bolt. We got 2 bolts holding it over here, and we got 2 bolts holding it over there, and then we got that whole control panel that's over there that's got to move over this way, and then we got tools. And I've just been dropping stuff on the ground because I figure once this is out of the way, I can crawl around and pick everything up way a bit easier. So I need to get the hey, where have you been for the last hour and a half? No, not a care in the world. Okay, you want to give me a hand? Yeah, not much help. He likes the cold. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, so this is all one contained unit that like we could mount the control box on, and it could run, it could do whatever it needs to over here. But yeah, it'll be good. It will run. It's a 1.9 liter Onan. It's not a Cummins. Supposedly in the comments I'm reading that Cummins bought Onan, but this is the alternator back here actually runs off a pulley that's inside the bell housing there, which is a little unique, but I guess it works. Supposedly they're good motors, so I don't know what we're gonna do with it. A lot of people have said, oh, you could pump with it, or you could fill your sprayer, do a fertilizer with it. You need a much smaller pump than that. Like as far as this side of it, you need like a 1 horsepower motor, not a whatever these are. I don't even know. I haven't looked them up. And we also do have a power, well, we have a big motor that we would pump manure with at some point as far as running a power unit. And then we actually have smaller pumps that are just about the same size as this already, so all part of it. So I got 1 bolt just slightly on that side holding it in. I'm gonna need 2 hands. I'll hit that other one out. Hopefully I'm underneath it. Hopefully I'm balanced good. And then I'll sit it down, pull it back a little bit, make sure that the control panel's coming with. Once it's out, I can lay the control panel over the top. Got it. I thought you guys were filming, but you weren't. So I hit it out, took a few tries. We should be able to drop this down, and then we'll have so much more room for activities. We're out. Look at that. So much nicer. Woo-wee. So there's some comments of manure is heavier than fuel, so this tanker is going to be it's going to be overweight for what it's set up for. Honestly, it's military. Come on. They build these things to go through the desert and over shit, around and be put through hell. And we're just gonna haul manure down the road, so I'm not worried about any of that. Yeah, structurally, so all this was holding on the motor between 2 points. So the tanker itself, the tube, that is a lot of the structure of it. The top whole brace piece, that's a bunch of the structure. So when we put the chute in, we got to make sure we don't actually destroy that. But we're out. A lot more room. Like I said, this one, I don't even know why they did that. So they bolted through this, but they welded it on too. So we're gonna have to cut that weld, and we'll probably come back to here and we'll just cut this section off so it's cleaned up in between. I don't know, maybe I'll leave the back and we'll put something in it. I doubt it. So I'll probably trim it and just have it flat. Makes it way easier to clean everything. But we got this side. I'll throw the controls on it. And then started picking up over here. So I got my tubes. We got 3, I'd say about brand new hoses. We got some aluminum piping. We got this valve set, so if we ever need to make things go places, we got some valves. We can't use these valves on for manure spreading because they're just too small. What are they, 4 inches or something? So yeah, they're just too small, but I'd say they're probably a pretty penny, those valves. But we got all sorts of neat stuff, so we'll put this away for storage or something at some point. And like I said, probably do the same thing on this side, trim this up to here, leave the fenders but clean it up. I pulled this thing out and it's like a float probe thing, so it has for the flag, it says. So I think you put that in the top of the tank. We still got to take this piece off because that's an air vent, and we don't actually use that. We don't, yeah, we won't need that. We're not doing fuel stuff with this. We're gaining though. It does sit this way a little bit. I don't know if the truck's gonna get floaters. Maybe I'll put higher wow, yeah, higher blocks when I put the new fifth wheel on. I got to get a new fifth wheel. We're doing both trucks. That one likes to get stuck. It's just for safety side of it. And maybe if we go to some actual street tires, we'll just get them a little lower in the back. I want it to sit kind of level, because we're going to fill out of the middle. Granted, all of this slopes this way. When I'm unloading, we can park in like a spot where we're tilted or whatnot. So that is what I'm thinking. That metal pipe that connected across was the worst part of all of that, because as you see, that's what's the bending part. I have a feeling if I ever use this for something though, we will like this will be a starting point, but we're not actually going to use it. Ooh, there we go. Gotta put our government thinks of everything. So alrighty, since we just moved sawdust, my plan was to put this in the barn there, but all the sawdust is in the way now, so I'm just gonna put everything against the side, and I'll have to figure out where I'm gonna actually put everything. Gotta get my mess picked up, get this parked back out back, and then well, it will be dark. And yeah, I hate GoPros at night, get all shaky and everything else like that, and I hate that, but I really do enjoy filming with the GoPro, other than the shakiness in low light. The 10 definitely got better, but it's all part of it. So yeah, just gotta pick up all my bolts. I'm saving any of the ones that go to this clamp, those clamps that I took off, because maybe I'll need those someday. Alrighty. We are done for the day. Getting a little dark. It's 5 o'clock. It's actually somewhat light still. That's actually nice. But appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing. Yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be a Christmas Day video or not, but if there is, I'll see you guys there. If not, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Appreciate everything that you guys have done as far as supporting, helping the channel grow. Been a hell of a year, so alrighty, till next one, have a good one.